And welcome back to What If. We are on part 4. What if Naruto had stolen had, after the Mizuki incident in this scroll healing, taken the scroll and left the village for some time? So last time on the What If, we had entered the Forest of Death. We're in the Chunin exams, and Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura had just had that one running with Orochimaru. Naruto was barely able to fend him off, and that's just because Orochimaru underestimated him, and Naruto got a lucky break. So we cut back to actually Orochimaru. Basically, he goes through that whole recovery thing while Uncle finds him. Uncle finds him, and he is admittedly a little bit worse for wear, because Naruto had pulled a fast one, and more or less, as I coined it, the ninja-style Hailfire Jutsu, or whatever, Fires of Hell, Raining Hellfire, whatever. Basically, Kunai Shuriken with explosive notes, and a Shadow Clone Shuriken Jutsu added on that basically causes raining Hellfire down on down on an opponent. So that she'll meet him. That whole scenario still goes the same, though. She'll note that he seems a bit more in pain. Meanwhile, we cut back to Naruto's Team 7. Naruto's currently resting because he took a lot out and used that. He had put up a barrier seal. Sakura had also put up some traps. Sasuke's, standing guard, and they're both looking at Naruto like, what the hell did we just see back there? What's going on here? So Naruto's currently just resting, probably talking with Kurama too. Is like, what the hell? What are we gonna do about that? That guy is way too powerful for us. Is like, yeah, even with two tails, that we don't have the power right now to do that. Well, I guess I have to bide our time, I guess, and all that. And Kurama actually lets him know that you guys are gonna have some company. He consents out, says, something feels like you're gonna have some company. You might want to wake up, but don't actually wake up. Pretend you're awake, and then deal with it and all that. So he does it. He basically he wakes up, but he more or less fakes being asleep. And, you got the Sound Ninja there. The Sound Ninja they set off Sakura's traps. Nothing happens. Now bring out Sasuke. It's like, no, go away. It's like, fine, then we'll take you. It's like, wait, Zaku, no! Zaku would be the person. And, he does the Wind Scar Jutsu, hits against the barrier. The barrier's fine. And they say, that's a seal barrier. That's a chakra barrier. Who did that? And then Naruto and Sasuke both just get up. Naruto cracks his neck. He's like, he gets up, and he's just, that'd be me. It's like, no, what do you guys want? Because he's still Naruto. He's a little bit more mature, but not much. By the way, if you're just tuning in, Naruto has a different wardrobe at this point in the series. He's got like an burnt orange trench coat, blue ninja shirt underneath, black pants with an orange stripe. So yeah, he's got a bit of a cool, and gloves with a seal that holds kunai and shuriken. He's also obviously a lot. I assume you're following the series at this point, but he's got a lot more jutsu under his belt thanks to that scroll sealing and learning what the shadow clones actually were used for. So they're facing. I was like, wait, and then Sasuke just looking at us like, wait, you don't have the curse mark? It's like, what the what? It's like, no, Lord Orochimaru didn't get. No, you mean the snake pedo guy? It's like, no, I didn't do anything. He got away, and surprisingly, he was able to hold him off. It's like, we're having words about that. And I was like, yeah. And it's like, so fine. And then Sakura, and they basically all square off. Keen tries to take on Sakura, but Sakura at this point actually does have more up her sleeves. She fires some Senbas. Sakura's dodging initially, uses like clone jutsu, gets in close to her and just, I got you. And then all of a sudden she got the Genjutsu, the cherry blossom juices that Sakura learns. And she realizes like she has to hold her chakra, but Sakura uses that advantage to actually stab her in the arm. And Sakura just whips her around, surprisingly just boom, nails her and knocks her out. Sakura actually was useful for a change. Meanwhile, I think it'd be Zaku and Naruto. I think they would be the ones who would go, their personalities match a bit more. He's using the Wind Scar. Naruto's just like, Fireball Jutsu. The Wind Scar, though, because of the design, it's like a blade of wind, just cuts through the Fireball Jutsu. It's not enhancing the fire, unfortunately. Naruto's realizing this, too, after a few times, because he'd be frustrated trying a few more Fire Jutsu. And then he's like, now I got you! Wind Styles, a Shadow Clone Jutsu! And Wind Scar! And then Naruto sounds like, try this! Tornado Fist! And then, he powers up his Wind Jutsus. The other ones are, behind him with, getting ready for some shuriken action. But, Windscar to Tornado Fist trying out his new technique where he just summon. Now, how would that actually work? Because I think the perfected version would be just summoning wind around there, but obviously Naruto hasn't perfected it. I think what it'd be is that Naruto maybe does the hand seals initially, and then grabs his hand, and then like tornado forms around there, and he kind of coats his hand, and then just comes in with a tornado fist. That's how the heard noise downstairs. Early versions of the tornado fist would work. Then later, as he masters it and gets better usage of it, he could just summon the wind on his fist. But comes in and just throws the punch, which throws a tornado straight at it, which then collides with the blade and just giant, massive wind, to which the clones immediately plot some shurikens, throw them at Zaku, and then Naruto from behind comes in and just boom, knocks him out, kind of like he did with the bandits. So he hits him, doesn't break his arms. Meanwhile, Sasuke and Dosu are kind of duking out a little bit, and Dosu immediately realizes that both his teammates just got the shit kicked out of them, and he needs to get out of there. So he immediately just ding, and basically Sasuke goes kind of down, like, ugh. And then, even Naruto's hearing that, just because the fox enhances his senses, he's down. Sakura, I think, is the only one who's kind of okay because she's far away enough. And she immediately throws like a kunai at him. He gets out of the way, blocks it. But he immediately realizes that I can't take all three of these kids on. It's like, what the hell? So he eventually just, offers up their scroll and they go about their way. Now, at this point, I do believe they did have, assuming Orochimaru didn't take their scroll, that they did have both the proper scrolls that they needed. I think that was the case. I could be wrong, but let's say it was. They're basically now going on their way to the village. Those rain ninja tried to, or to the tower. Those rain ninja basically tried to, mess with them. They'll quickly take care of that. Meet up with Kabuto. Actually, no, they wouldn't meet up with Kabuto. They'd just get there. So they're there maybe a day early, and then Iruka's there, says, proud of you all. Naruto and them just basically, they get a room or something along those lines because they get board and lodge while they're waiting. Naruto actually sees that Kiba, Shino, and Hinata are there. And Shino and Hinata are just like, for actually having saying, Naruto, you made it! And stuff like that. It's like, oh, Hinata, Shino! And then, everyone's happy to see each other except Kiba, Sakura, and Sasuke. Eventually, the pleasure decide, and Sasuke just, as Naruto's going off to kind of just do his own thing, just says, you owe us no explanation, dweeb. I was like, do I? It's like, oh, and then Naruto's like, oh, crud. It's like, and then he basically just goes to maybe like a guard or something. It's like, I need to see the Kokage. It's like, it's about that thing that, people, is about my issue. And they quickly say, mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, yeah, you two wait out here real quick. And then he goes to Hokage and he's like, yeah. And then he explains how Orochimaru showed up. He's like, what? You fought against what? What? So he explains the scenario, and then he explains to Sakura about how Sasuke and Sakura did see him use the Nine-Tails chakra. And Sarutobi's like, oh, that's not good. I mean, what should I do? I don't really want to tell them because I don't really know them that well. And, Sakura maybe, but not Sasuke. And even Sakura, I mean, I don't think they've hardly earned my trust. I mean, we work fine together, but, Right? So it's like, yeah, I guess we'll make it. So he writes up like an excuse. So he brings Team 7 in, and Naruto has a bit of a condition. His chakra, blah, blah, blah. So without telling him he has the fox, they make an excuse why his chakra bubbles up that way. Sakura buys it, hook, line, and sinker. Sasuke's a little dubious. Sasuke does know a little bit better, but he goes with it. He does go with it. So basically, then it's just them waiting out. Naruto hanging with Hinata and Shino most of the time. Spending some time together. Again, nothing lovey-dovey, though obviously we know Hinata's just, I watch you, Naruto. And so, yeah. But again, Naruto has really, in this scenario, helped Hinata's courage, personality. She's not as shy anymore. She doesn't stutter as much. Around him, she still gets a little, but, it's just because she likes him. And at the very minimum, they're good friends at this point. I think even Naruto would say, I would say that me and Hinata are pretty good friends. And then and Shino's even just like, and Kiba would be jealous by this. So we cut to the actual tuning exams happening. Now, going down the list of what would happen, it would still be all the fights would still be the same. So Kabuto would opt out. You get Sasuke versus, oh god, I can't remember his name, the chakra absorbing guy. He would quickly dispatch it because he doesn't have the curse mark on him at all. He would just quickly pull out. Maybe at one point he has a fireball just and he absorbs the chakra and then maybe delivers a shot to Sasuke's gut or something. Quickly, Sasuke would dismantle him. So that's it. Most of all these fights are pretty much going to go the same that happen. We get up until we get to the Ino versus Sakura fight. So initially, it would probably go about the same. But Sakura would start to take advantage a little later on, as she actually has now more fighting experience under her belt than Ino does, and has a few more techniques than Ino does. So Ino would, do the whole cutting her hair thing, and get Sakura trapped. She can't move, but she's able to, at the very minimum, using all her tricks, like and then Earth style mud wall, and then bring up the mud wall as tries to switch her body and it hits a wall, so it immediately doesn't work and she's kind of passed out a bit, and it breaks the link Sakura had with her. All of a sudden, petals are starting to form. It's like, what is it? And then she realizes Genjutsu, but before she can get it, Sakura delivers that boom right to Ino and just boom knocks her against the wall and actually wins the fight just from getting that sucker punch on her. Just boom, or just a strong right hook, because we know she has a strong right hook, and she hits the wall too. She's boom, and Sakura, the winner is Sakura Haruno, which shocks everyone. And even Sasuke's like, that was, I gotta admit, that was well done. And Sakura's like, Naruto's like, yeah, way to go, Sakura. And I was like, so yeah, that would go about this. That would actually go in Sakura's favor, which does change some things actually now. So we got the fight after that, I believe. Oh god, who was it after that? I think basically nothing changed. No fight changes. All the other fights stay the same up until we get to Naruto versus Kiba. Now let's be clear, the result's going to be the same, but how we get to the results really what's going to matter in this case. So Naruto's facing off against Kiba, and Kiba, who's been getting just like, you think you can just cozy up and not like that and all that stuff and blah blah. It's like, Hinata's my friend. What are you talking about? It's like, I'm not trying anything. We're friends. I mean, Hinata's immediately like, oh, he thinks of me as a friend. And at the same time, it's like, he thinks of me as a friend. No, come on. So she's like, she's happy he likes her, at least on a good friendship level. He likes the fact that he thinks of her as a friend. We're good friends. He's like, oh, we're good friends, yay! But at the same time, she's like, can we maybe try going beyond the friend? I mean, we're young. Come on. I mean, look. If it didn't work out, it didn't work out. I want it to work out, but if it doesn't work, come on. Obviously, this is all going through her head right now. But still, she's like, and she's also a little surprised that Kiba's getting this aggressive. Like, and then Kerr and I probably goes like, oh, boys. And it's like, I think Kiba's got, he's a little dog pining for it. And then she realized, oh, I was like, I don't like him. I like Naruto. I'm into blondes. What can I say? I don't like dogs, but I like foxes. What does the fox say? I believe it. Anyway, I digress. I seriously digress. So the fight with begin basically with Kiba. She's like, ready, kid? It's like, Naruto's just like, he's kind of staring off a little bit like he did last time, but more so in the, getting ready. He's like, ready, and begin. And then Kiba powers up, Shadow Clone Jutsu, about 5 clones in there, and Kiba just comes in, just smashes through most of the clones. Naruto's like, whoa, and then pulls out a kunai and just kind of blocks Kiba's claws barely. But Kiba would be the faster, more brutal of the two, just because of the nature of who he is. And so he's starting to get a couple solid hits on Naruto, just and Naruto immediately has to back up and just wind style, like kill palm, then poof. And Kiba actually gets blown out because I didn't think Naruto knew a technique like that. Just it's like, you think that? It's like, that can't stop me. It's like, come on, Akamaru. And then takes uses Akamaru. Akamaru grabs onto Naruto. The whole smoke ball incident happens. Again, he grabs Akamaru and then just delivers a hard one on Kiba. So most of that's going to go down and stay, and then Naruto uses a couple extra techniques to keep him at bay. He's also not trying to kill Kiba or anything like that. So then you get the Fang over Fang happen. You get the Kiba clone with Akamaru. And I was like, oh crap. Fang over Fang! And he's just trying to get out of the way. Clones, they just go poof. Naruto's like, ugh. Naruto's really trying to think, he's like, oh, this sucks. So then it's like, Fang over Fang! And then just, tornado fast! And it's like, and Kakashi's like, oh, you actually learned that. So Kiba and Naruto both collide. And I would imagine that, let's see, Kiba's probably turned that way. It all depends on how you interpret it. Depending on which way the tornado is blowing, it's either going with the rotation of Kiba, which means it's speeding him up, and then Naruto actually is like suddenly in control of where he's going, and then just boom throws him. Or it's going the opposite way and slows down Kiba's rotation, which then blows him back and maybe blows Akamaru's Kiba away, and then just boom, it's like Akamaru, and then he comes in again. Fang over Fang, and then Naruto's quickly like, water shockwave, boom, and then and then he realizes, oh god, you smell like a wet dog. I was like, oh, yeah, how does he know all these? Like, Akamaru, okay? I was like, I'll get you for this, and then he realizes he's got to pretty much end this. So he pulls out a kunai from his sleeve. He's like, this is over, and then all of a sudden. He makes some clone jutsus, or does make some clone jutsus, does the shadow clone jutsu. Two Naruto show up, and he's like, got you! And then they do the hand sign, water prison jutsu! Times two! And then just a reinforced water prison jutsu. Kiba's just, it's like, don't worry, Kiba, you're not underwater. Or actually, it'd be more like, don't worry, Kiba, just all you gotta do is give up. And Naruto's got both a kunai and basically Kiba, you're either going to pass out from being underwater or whatever. You can't get out of there. Kiba tries and he can't move. And then, yeah, Kiba's got to basically fess up the fact he lost. And then, I think that's give up. Yep, Kiba lost. So Naruto actually using his wits about him. And everyone's shocked by this. Like, when did he get this good? And then he released it. And then he apologizes for, hurting Akamaru. So I was like, fine, whatever. And then he just goes back upstairs and then goes to stand by his teammates who both like, actually, yeah, hold on. Here you go. I was like, what? You smell like a wet dog, dude. So the only other fight that would really change is Hinata versus Neji. Now this is because, remember, Hinata in the original was lacking confidence and all that, and it wasn't until Naruto said something that she gained some confidence. In this, she's a lot more confident. Neji's mind games really don't work on her this time around. I mean, it does affect her. Like, she feels sorry for him and she feels a little upset by what happened, but it doesn't get in her head like it did the original time. So she apologizes for what's happened, and she says, "I'm sorry for what's happened to your father and my father. I feel like I hold some responsibility for it, but we can't live in the past forever." Neji Nisa, it's like, what? And it's like, how dare you? It's like, yeah, and then basically just like, so I will not back down, for that is my ninja way. And then she gets in her style and just is ready to go. It's like, very well then. And the fight begins. So it initially starts out about the same, because neither of them are landing an actual hit on each other. But Neji immediately notices that Hinata is a lot better than he remembers. So she's actually giving him, it's like, as Shino puts it, she's giving him all he can handle. And then, they try to go in for that block, and then Neji doesn't get hit. But surprisingly to him, Hinata didn't get hit either. Instead, she actually expected it and blocked his palm. So basically, boom, they just collided, and they both feel a little numbness in their hand. They both back off. So he's actually legitimately shocked at what just happened here. He's like, what? And it's like, it's like, don't think of that same girl we knew growing up, Neji. Is that I've been working hard. I have someone who believes in me and all that. She goes on the speech about someone believing her and having faith in her, and she puts a glance at the Naruto, or puts a glance. She throws a glance at Naruto, who does catch it and then just gives a smile, like, it's like, you could do it. And it's like, and he's just, but instead of that, he just gives a legitimate smile, like one of his legitimate smiles, just And he's like, "No, get ready." And I was like, "Very well then." It's like, "Then I'll have to go even harder on you." And he speeds up towards Hinata, who's like immediately has to react. It's like, crap. And then she goes into rotation, which she didn't even know she knew. And at that point, he's like, "What?" And then he gets caught. It's like he goes flying, hits the wall, goes down. Just impossible. How did you learn? Since when did you know that? It's like ever since hanging out with father, I've ever since hanging with Naruto, I've gained a lot of cards, and father took notice of my improvements, so he decided, so he felt I was ready to start learning these techniques of the mains branch. Now Neji's just like, as she mentioned the main house, ain't he? That's like a trigger for him. So just, and then he comes in and he knows how to avoid it. So basically, it's now Hinata basically avoiding because he's also the more flexible of the two of them. So she's now just avoiding getting a couple hits in here and there. He does manage a hit or two here and on her, like there and maybe an arm. So now they're both huffing and puffing. Him worse, but she's also Hinata, as far as we can tell, didn't have a massive amount of stamina to begin with, but still just. And then Hinata's is more control, just. And then she is just waiting, and she realizes that the only if she's gonna outlast him because he probably has the better durability and stamina. She's gotta have to get him to make those moves, those mishap or those missteps. So ultimately, she says like again apologizes like shut up. It's like you don't know anything about it. It's like don't I? And then she just stares at him and it's like that's it. I'm in. That's it. This is over. And then she just rotation. It's like I won't fall for that again. He backs off just enough, but Hinata was waiting for that and immediately stops rotation on a dime and just lunges at him and then does a trilligrams. She can't do the 64 pounds, but she can do the 32 pounds. So boo doo 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 doo. It's like what? And then boom. It's like what? Darn it! Damn it! And say the winner is Hinata Hyuga. Hinata actually beats Neji in this version. The reason I think that is because she's more confident. She's also better trained, and Naruto's there, and they have an actual relationship of some kind. Not like a romantic, but they're friends, they're good friends. And he gives her courage and hope and things along those lines. So it does help her in the long run, and I think she would capitalize on everything that she's learned and gained and take out Neji. So ultimately, though, nothing else changes really. So how does the actual tuning exam end, at least in the preliminaries? Well, the ultimate pairings would be as such. They're pretty much the same, except I think Shikamaru would still fight Tamari, and I think Sakura would fight Dosu. And Hinata and Naruto actually would be the ones that have to face her. It's like, oh, we have to face each other? No, well, we'll do our very best, all right? It's like, so, yeah. And that's where we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it with basically the tuning finals are going to happen. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. Do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Superhero, Magic, what if, anything I do on the channel, put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to that at some point. So, yeah, there'll be the same usual stuff throughout the week. Who wins, some what ifs. It is Magic this week. We got the Ravnica Legion spoilers coming, so keep your eyes out for those. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.